So, as 2021's coming to an end, the MCU this year has been amazing for us Marvel fans, and we've been treated this year with all the shows. Like, we got WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, Marvel What If, and many, many more this year. And we're going into 2022 with a year that's going to be jam-packed with even more Marvel content for us Marvel fans to enjoy. So, if you can't wait for 2022 Marvel stuff, then tell us down below. And in today's video, obviously, as you can tell, it's going to be the 10 memorable and best moments of Marvel in 2021. So if you do enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, and yeah, let's get into it. So we're going to start off with something that happened in WandaVision, and this was a fan favourite, I think, and it was the birth of the Scarlet Witch. Now, we're going to be seeing Scarlet Witch again, obviously in Multiverse of Madness, which I can't wait for. I think this is just her potential and her character really starting to begin, and we're going to see how powerful the Scarlet Witch really is with the Darkhold and everything else. Obviously, I thought her transformation in WandaVision was absolutely amazing at the end, because you know, she's lost a lot. She lost Vision and her kids, and now she's going to cause havoc on the multiverse, and she wants to get her kids back. So, and the only way she can possibly do that is by causing havoc upon the multiverse, and obviously Doctor Strange and many others are going to have to try and stop her, and it's going to be very, very cool to see. I don't think she'll die in Multiverse Madness. I think that would be a waste, seeing that the Scarlet Witch is only just beginning realistically. So yeah, I can't wait to see her in the future of the MCU, and I can't wait to see what she brings. At number 9, we have Kangs MCU debut. Now, I think everyone was waiting for this in the future of of the MCU. I think everyone knew this was going to come, and I thought they executed it well with He Who Remains, obviously a Kang variant, but it was basically the debut of Kang, as we all know. Maybe not the main Kang, but it was the introduction of a Kang, and it just shows that we're going to be seeing a lot more of Kang in the future, and he is possibly and probably going to be the next Thanos of the next 10 years or so in the MCU. As we know, there is possibly could be many more villains who could take Thanos' role, like MODOK and maybe Doctor Doom. There is many more villains who could take his role, but I do think Kang is going to be the main focus point going forward in the MCU, and I loved his role in Loki, obviously with Sylvie killing him, now causing havoc upon the multiverse, not only with the Scarlet Witch, but now with Kang's variants coming from every direction. As we know, the main villain of Quantumania is going to be Kang the Conqueror, so that's going to be very cool to see, and I can't wait to see the proper debut of Kang, the one that we all know and love from the comics. And yeah, I can't wait to see what he brings, and yeah, I think he's a very cool villain, and he was amazing in the Loki show. At number 8, we have Kate Bishop's MCU debut. I thought they executed this well in the Hawkeye show. Obviously, the Hawkeye show mainly focused on Kate Bishop, showing her her starting journey in the MCU. Obviously, she's going to be making many more appearances. As we know, she's going to be a part of the Young Avengers, which is probably going to start at the end of Quantumania, probably, with Kate Bishop and the rest of the characters we know. I think Kate Bishop is a very, very cool character in the MCU, alongside her partner, Clint Barton, or obviously Hawkeye. Now, Kate Bishop is the new Hawkeye. It's going to be very cool to see where her story continues and goes in the MCU, with everything else going on with the multiverse and stuff that goes on Earth as well, along with Kingpin, because I do believe Kingpin is still alive, but we'll get onto that in a bit. And yeah, there's not much to say about this with Kate Bishop. I just think she's a very cool character. And our debut was very cool as well. I'd like to say, by the way, that this is our opinion, or my opinion, on the top best moments in 2021 of Marvel. So if you think different, tell us down below on what you would change and what you think is in the best moments in 2021 of Marvel. Now, in the 7th spot, we have SpiderMan No Way Home Final Showdown. Now, this video wasn't going to not include SpiderMan No Way Home stuff in it, but if you haven't seen No Way Home, then obviously don't watch this video. But yeah, the final showdown was absolutely amazing, with the likes of, you know, Tom Holland's Spider-Man teaming up with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. I'll get onto that in a minute. But the final showdown, I thought the battle of it was insane. Along, you know, with MJ being saved by Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man to, you know, Sandman fighting Green Goblin. I thought the battle right at the end with Green Goblin and Tom Holland's Spider-Man was absolutely amazing, showing that all the Spider-Men lose a lot, and the rage took over him. Like, rage does take over all the Spider-Man as we know in Marvel and in the Spider-Man trilogies, well, not trilogy, but Spider-Man movies from the past. We know that anger does take over them a lot, and that's what happened to Andrew Garfield in the fight. That's what happened. Now on to the sixth spot, and it is Spider-Man No Way Home again. It is Andrew Garfield's and Tobey Maguire's MCU debut. Now, I just spoke about this in the final battle, but I thought them two in this film absolutely incredible. I'm pretty sure most of us fans had an idea that they would be in this film, but when it came to the moment, it was absolutely incredible when we saw them. Their dialogue between the both of them was amazing. They were both so funny. Talk about Toby's organic webs. I thought that was funny. Along with Andrew getting his redemption of saving MJ, I thought that was incredible as well. And yeah, I just think it's amazing to see them both, and I do think that this is going to lead on to them being included into obviously getting his own, Andrew Garfield getting Amazing Spider-Man 3, and there are rumours going around that Andrew will appear in Multiverse Madness. I don't know how true they are, and he's supposed to be in the Morbius credit scene, and also they are supposed to appear in Avengers Secret Wars, which is going to be very cool to see them both in that. Obviously Secret Wars is just going to be, it's a massive war spanning across the multiverse between different universes obviously, so it's going to be very cool to see them in that film, and I thought they were amazing in No Way Home. The final battle with them in that as well, I thought that was incredible. I thought these both 6th and 7th spot were amazing. Now at number 5, it is Yelena Belova's introduction from Black Widow. Now you guys know that she is my favourite character in Marvel, and so I could not go without including her in this. I thought her introduction to the MCU was perfect. I thought they casted her amazingly, and I think her with now that she's the new Black Widow, she has a big role to take on. Obviously we saw her in Hawkeye as well, but mainly talk about Black Widow now. And yeah, I thought her role in Black Widow was very vital, especially with her sister Natasha. I thought they obviously took down the Red Room together. I thought that film was amazing. It's probably my favourite MCU movie. It's probably my favourite MCU movie. I thought it was absolutely incredible. And yeah, obviously Yelena has a big future ahead in the MCU, and I can't wait to see where it goes. Obviously with the Dark Avengers and obviously or the Thunderbolts, whatever it will be. Yeah, she's gonna have a big future in the MCU. I believe that. Now on to the 4th spot, and it is Kingpin's MCU debut. Now, I spoke about this earlier with Kingpin. I thought he was an amazing villain in this. Obviously not as good as we know him as it from Daredevil and the Netflix Marvel universe, but either way, I still think Kingpin was absolutely incredible in the Hawkeye show. We all knew when we first saw him, we knew he was menacing, as we do know from Netflix show with Daredevil, but he's obviously not going to be as brutal as he is in that. But I can see Kingpin will be a big point going forward in the MCU, maybe in the Spider-Man and everything else that Kingpin will appear in. I do not believe he's dead. Obviously I've spoken about this twice now, but he gets shot in the comics the same way he does in the Hawkeye show, and he survives but he goes blind. So I do believe Kingpin, I think it would be a waste if they killed him off in just that episode. I think he has a big future in the MCU, and I can't wait to see where it goes next with Kingpin, because I think he could be an absolutely incredible villain as we know him from the Daredevil show. And now that Daredevil's been introduced to the MCU, I'd love to see them to reunite again and battle out once more, or even more than once more, because I do think Daredevil and Spider-Man are going to be together a lot in the MCU now that no one knows who Peter Parker is. And Daredevil, obviously they had a good connection before, so I do think them two will have a good connection with each other like they did before, obviously being his lawyer and stuff. So yeah, I think Kingpin's absolutely incredible, and I thought his MCU debut was perfect in this year. Well, that wasn't that long ago, and yeah, I thought it was amazing. Now at number 3, we have Falcon and Bucky from obviously Falcon and the Winter Soldier versus John Walker. I thought this was an amazing scene. I thought it was absolutely incredible. I thought the fight was amazing between them both. Obviously John Walker taking the role of Captain America, and then obviously Falcon taking it back and being the real Captain America as we know. So yeah, I thought the fight was amazing. Obviously we know John Walker was bad. Well, we knew that he wasn't going to actually fill the role of Captain America, as we know, with Falcon taking the role before. before John Walker was. So yeah, I thought their fight was amazing. I thought it had a lot of significance as well. With John Walker now becoming a US agent, he will be a part of the Dark Avengers like he's in the comics with Yelena. So I can't wait to see who else gets recruited to Dark Avengers along with John Walker and Yelena. And yeah, I thought this fight scene in Falcon and the Winter Soldier was amazing. And obviously after that, John Walker did help Bucky and Falcon at the end against the Flag Smashers. But either way, I thought that fight was amazing, seeing that he had the shield and stuff like that. And yeah, obviously this kind of gave Falcon the role, and he knew that he had to become Captain America now to keep everything in line. So yeah, I thought that was amazing. At number 2 spot, we have Yelena Belova's return in Hawkeye. I know that's twice now, but I think everyone loved Yelena's return in Hawkeye. I thought it had a lot of significance as well. We all knew from the post-credit scene of Black Widow that Yelena would return in the Hawkeye show. Obviously, as Valentina showed Yelena that Hawkeye did kill Natasha when she obviously didn't, and Yelena obviously understood this in the finale, that Clint didn't kill her, and obviously they both parted ways. Now Yelena's probably going to go back to Valentina, and they're going to continue the story with the Dark Avengers and stuff like that. But either way, I think that she was amazing in the finale. Her fight at the end with Clint was amazing. Clint obviously didn't want to fight her, but she wasn't listening, and then she finally listened right near the end, obviously with the whistle as well. I thought everything about this episode with Yelena was absolutely amazing, with her and Kate Bishop's dialogue and their banter between each other is amazing. I think both of them are going to be the next Natasha and Clint going forward in the MCU. I can't wait to see where it goes as well. I mean, I would love to see a show with them, just them two, but obviously we're not going to get that yet. I think we're going to get that in the future. There was a lot of theories going around that Yelena was also tasked with recruiting Kate Bishop to the Dark Avengers, but obviously Kate Bishop isn't that kind of character to join the Dark Avengers as she is with Clint. So yeah, I thought her in this was amazing. And yeah, now we have an honourable mention here. This is obviously in the lineup, but this is from Hawkeye, and it's literally what I just spoke about, and it is Kate and Yelena eating mac and cheese. I thought this was very funny in the MCU. Obviously, there has been a lot of funny moments in the MCU this year, so I could have done a lot more honorable mentions, but obviously I needed to pick one fast. So yeah, I just got this one because I found it very funny in the Hawkeye show, them eating mac and cheese. And yeah, they're obviously, like I just said, their dialogue between each other is amazing, and they are the Natasha and Clint going forward in the MCU, and I can't wait to see what they bring to the future. Now at number 1, I could have done so many more, but obviously this is my opinion, and I thought it has a lot of significance for the future of the MCU, and it is Vision being alive still. Obviously Vision putting his memory bank into the White Vision, so the Vision that we saw at the end, and the Sword Vision that was trying to fight Vision, the main Vision at the end. I thought it was amazing seeing them two fighting each other, and him putting his memory into White Vision, showing us that Vision still lives. He is his memory, everything he knows. Vision is basically still alive, he's just in a different body now. So it is very cool to see that he is still alive, showing us that Vision has a big role to play in the future of the MCU. And yeah, I can't wait to see where it goes with this White Vision now, maybe possibly meeting up with Wanda again, showing her to stop doing all this because he is still alive and it is him, just in a different body. So that is my top 10 best moments of Marvel in 2021. I hope you did enjoy this video. Please tell us what you did enjoy the most out of Marvel in 2021. Obviously, thank you for the first year of our YouTube channel. I think it's been a very good ride, and this is on to our next year now with obviously all these Marvel stuff coming out. We're going to be making a lot more videos about Marvel this next year. I can't wait to start and go on. So thank you for that. Hope you have a good new year, and goodbye.